Hello, how are you? Today we're gonna watch this video. Which of these 10 sites have you visited? European bucket list. So I'm very interested to see which of these 10 sites I have visited. I've never been to Europe, so this might be a very easy video for me to answer.
How well do you know Europe's
I'm
landmarks?
mostly just watching to see what 10
like
sites I need to visit.
The Colosseum or the Atomium?
What is that thing?
What about the Acropolis?
It looked like the jacks, what old people used to play with on the street, at least here in America.
And the Brandenburg Gate?
Ah, yes. That would be cool.
Let's travel through
Look at that
2,500
freaking
years
bridge.
of history to visit 10 amazing landmarks. Join us on a journey through time.
I'm always just jealous that you guys have that much history to where you have landmarks that are that old.
From ancient Greece until today.
My God.
We start in Greece, the cradle of European culture. Ancient Greece is considered to be the birthplace of modern Europe and democracy.
I know the statues used to be painted, but were the Colosseums and stuff also painted? Because they look really, really cool when they're just white.
And the Acropolis, a citadel built in the 5th century BC, is the ultimate symbol. It sits on a rocky outcrop in Athens.
It's huge.
Since 1987, the Acropolis has been a protected World Heritage Site.
God, just imagine being 3,000 years ago going to this thing. It's crazy to think. And you can still go today.
Next, we travel to Italy to check out one of its major monuments, the Colosseum. In the year 72 AD, Roman Emperor Vespasian had this huge amphitheater
How the
built.
heck do they make these things?
Rome.
Aliens? How do you make that?
It served as an arena for games, sometimes very cruel ones, to amuse the public.
What a weird time
Later, during
to
the
amuse
Renaissance,
the public.
Colosseum was appreciated as an architectural wonder.
That is so amazing.
Half a millennium later, in 537 AD, Roman Emperor Justinian had the impressive Hagia Sophia built in Constantinople, now known as Istanbul. The unique domed basilica served as a place of worship for Orthodox Christians for almost 1,000 years,
A lot of these places are, like religious places.
followed by almost 500 years as a mosque. Hagia Sophia is considered
Which makes sense. If you're gonna make the most amazing building, like it's usually people trying to do it in honor of God.
one of the most
their
important
God.
buildings of the last 1,500 years and is a must-see when in Istanbul.
And the church makes a lot of money. Some churches.
Now we're off to Scotland. In the year 1093, the castle complex on Castle Rock in the Scottish capital of Edinburgh was mentioned in a chronicle, although the date it was built is unknown.
I just want to go to one castle. That's all I want
Back
in
then,
my
a
life.
cannon was fired
One
every
castle.
day at 1 p.m. to help sailors find their way. Today, the castle is open for everyone to explore.
Imagine if you weren't paying attention. Oh no, we missed the cannon fire. We have no idea where to
Charles
go.
Bridge spans the Vltava River and is the most famous landmark of the Czech Republic's capital, Prague. It was built in the middle of the 14th century and named after its patron, Emperor Charles IV. It connects Prague Castle with the
Wow.
old town.
Those are funny statues.
Decorative statues were added to the bridge centuries later. And by the way, you won't find any cars on this bridge. It's been pedestrian only since 1961.
Those like Gothic statues and buildings they're kind of scary. It's so cool how they contrast with the white ones, the dark black ones.
Another top landmark is Berlin's Brandenburg Gate. After the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, it became a symbol of Germany's reunification.
The statue on top
country
is just epic.
had been divided for 40 years. Brandenburg Gate was built in 1789. Prussian King Frederick William
The
II,
Germans know how to build some badass things.
a fan of ancient Greek architecture, had it modelled after the Parthenon in Athens.
I mean, look at that.
The next landmark on our time travel through European history is
So
the Sagrada
ridiculous.
Familia in Barcelona.
It looks like giant ants would make this. Does that make sense?
You might be surprised to know that the basilica is still not finished.
Oh my god.
Construction began in 1882,
is
following
it made
designs
out of?
drawn up by the famous Spanish architect Antoni Gaudi. It's considered to be an outstanding example of the Catalan
What if that thing came tumbling down?
modernism style.
Hope there's no earthquake right there.
This
Hey, that looks just like the river in Indiana.
London landmark was actually made to look older than it really is. Although the architects based their designs on 14th century Gothic architecture, the foundation stone for Tower Bridge was laid more recently, in 1886. It's a great
that's
place
creepy.
for pedestrians too.
How you can see through the
Walkways
floor.
rise 43 meters above the River Thames and offer incredible views. The end of the 19th century was an exciting period for architecture in Europe.
Eiffel Tower,
Countries in the
yeah,
region
okay.
showed each other what their architects could do.
I mean, I would like to see it, but I feel like I've seen so many pictures and videos
Eiffel
of it.
Tower
It's
was
like,
built for the 1889 World's Fair in Paris.
I can imagine.
It wasn't a building with a purpose.
It would be
like
cool
a
to go
church
up
or
it, though.
bridge. Instead, the 312-meter-high Iron Truss Tower was simply meant to represent the greatness of France and commemorate the French Revolution of 1789.
that's cool. Now,
Our
what in
journey
the
through
hell is
time
that?
to Europe's
Atomium. It's a giant atom.
landmarks ends in the 20th century at the Atomium in
Does it have something to do with, like... What does this have to do? What?
Brussels. It was built in 1958 for the World's Fair and represents the peaceful use of nuclear energy. Rising 100 meters, it's not as high as some of the
The peaceful use of nuclear energy. I was wondering if it had something to do with, like, nuclear bombs. Okay, so it's the peaceful use of nuclear. There's the peaceful use to make energy, and then there's the bad use. Well, I guess it still makes energy in the form of a bomb.
other places
That's cool.
on our list, but it's certainly unique.
I want to climb it. Yeah, I want to climb
It
it.
depicts an iron crystal magnified 165 billion times. The Atomium is definitely the most iconic landmark in Brussels.
That is freaking awesome. How unique that is. I would love to see that. It's a very strong contrast from like the old giant cathedrals and stuff in the rest of this list. This is like what people in the future will say, aliens must have made that. All right. Well, turns out I hadn't seen any of them. Shocker. But I would love to see all 10. Why did none of you tell me this hair was sticking up? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be here, same time, same place. I'm gonna brush my hair tomorrow. That's my goal. I like to set easy goals, attainable goals. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.